Much to my surprise, I am in Dublin right now. I was not expecting this. I'm on call for a few days, so yesterday was my first day on call, and I had an airport standby shift, and about 30 minutes into my airport standby, I was assigned a trip to Dublin. Actually, I was assigned a trip to Geneva, Switzerland, and I briefed with my crew. I even made it to the aircraft for like 10, 15 minutes, was pre-boarding, getting everything set up. And crew scheduling called me and said, hey, never mind. Actually, we need you to work this flight to Dublin instead. So I had to do that process all over again. I had to go find my crew. I had to go brief with them. It was annoying to have to start that all over again. That process, I just wasn't expecting it. I really thought I was going to get a nice little 2 or 3 day domestic trip. They really caught me off guard. Like, I figured there had to be so many other flight attendants who were at the airport on standby and maybe also just like at home on call who probably preferenced to travel internationally. And I didn't. So I'm not going to talk too much. I want to conserve my battery. I didn't bring my charger. I felt like that would be a bit cumbersome. I am attempting to walk to, I don't know how to say it. I don't know if it's the Halfpenny Bridge or Halfpenny Bridge. It's some type of famous bridge. I've definitely heard of it. So when I pulled up the map just to sort of orient myself and I saw that, I was like, oh, I think that's something that I should probably see. And then maybe this is shameful, but I did consult ChatGPT, the AI chat bot, just to give me an idea of like what I could do. I'm here with like a decent sized layover, but like honestly, it's not like it's 26 hours. So I get about a full day. So we got to the hotel, I showered, I napped for like 3 hours. I don't want to be out too late tonight. We have to leave the hotel by 11 in the morning. So I just asked ChatGPT for some ideas of what I could do that would give me a real Dublin, Ireland experience. I am going to that bridge that I saw, so that's going to be my first stop. Now, ChatGPT didn't necessarily tell me to walk to the bridge, but I don't want to get an Uber to the bridge. I think I'm going to save the Uber for later when I'm ready to go back to the hotel tonight, whenever that may be. I really don't feel like figuring out the bus system right now. Like, if I were here longer, I probably would. And also see if there's like a train. I don't know if there's a train, subway. From what I read, if I read correctly, they don't have like a tap to pay option that I can just tap my bank card or tap my phone to pay on the bus. So I'm not trying to look for the station, the nearest station. I'm not trying to figure out how to work the bus. Also, for more context, the hotel that we're staying at least for this trip, because I heard that we have like 2 different hotels or multiple hotels when we come here. The one that we're at now is not like downtown, or I don't think it's the most central neighborhood. I think it's called, it's not exactly like center city, as they would say in Philly. Center city. It's not like downtown. So that's why it's a little bit of a hike for me to get where I'm going. But that's okay, because I love to walk. So it only took about an hour, but I finally made it to the bridge. I crossed the bridge, and now I can sort of begin my itinerary. Actually, I really don't remember what it was, so I'm gonna have to check the chat and see what it told me to do. Yeah, it wasn't so bad of a walk. I did stop for a quick matcha because I was really tired. I feel like the matcha has kicked in now. I'm not as tired as I was. I think I'm like downtown. Definitely a lot more central than I was at my hotel before. But I have to figure out where I'm going next. Okay, there's like a bee attacking me right now. All right, so I just finished up my dinner, which was also my breakfast because that was my first meal of the day. Someone please stop allowing me to order fish and chips because I never enjoy it. That fish and chips, the fish was good, but the batter was most of the dish and it wasn't enjoyable. It was like way too crunchy. And like honestly, it was kind of the fish was falling apart from the batter. But when I did try to eat the batter, it just was like, it was so much. It was not enjoyable. And yeah, I think this is my Uber. All right, so I just got back to my hotel. It's about 7:30, 8 p.m., something like that. I was going to end up at the Stag's Head pub. That's where I was going to have my dinner. When I walked in, the bartender told me that they stopped serving food at 5. The kitchen closed at 5. And it was about 6 when I walked in. So he walked me outside and pointed me across the street, across the alleyway, to their sister pub called The Voyager. So he said they pretty much have the same menu. So I decided to eat there Anyway, now it's time for me to shower and start to wind down. I'm glad that I made it back at this time. The itinerary I came up with the assistance of GTP had me coming in about like 9, 10, just based on what I put in my input and my inquiry. And I thought that was kind of how it was going to go. But I feel like I saw what I needed to see. I walked for nearly an hour to get to what I'm going to call downtown. I don't know what that neighborhood is called. I know one of the neighborhoods is actually called Temple Bar. I guess they named the neighborhood after the bar because that is the most famous bar in Dublin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from my very superficial research, that's the conclusion that I came to. So I went past Temple Bar. I took some pictures, bought the T-shirt, all that. I actually didn't buy any T-shirts. Maybe I should have stopped and got some sort of souvenirs. But anyway, it was suggested that I go past Temple Bar, and there were so many people there. It's a really iconic landmark pub. Like I said, it seems like they even named the neighborhood after the bar. That's my guess. I don't think that they just called the neighborhood Temple Bar and then built a bar called Temple Bar. I think that the bar became so iconic that they just called that district Temple Bar. So I walked past there after I hit up the bridge. What's that bridge called? O'Hanny, Happenny. I went on the bridge and then I went back past the Temple Bar and then going to the Stag's Head. So that was the place that I found that was like, according to my sources, it's like more local, not so touristy as Temple Bar is. And I could see Temple Bar was packed and there were a decent amount of people in the Stag's Head bar, but I think that that is more of like a local experience. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want to be jam packed anywhere where it's just like a bunch of Americans or people from whichever other country besides Ireland. But yeah, their kitchen was closed. So yeah, I went past Temple Bar. I went to Stag's. Then he recommended I go across the way to the Voyager. Through all that walking and bar hopping, if you'll call it that, I feel like I saw enough of Dublin to say that I've been in Dublin. I didn't just stay at the hotel. When I talked to my crew, they said that all the ones I talked to said that they were just going to slam click, as we call it. So just come into the room and just stay in the room until the layover's over, maybe go down and pick up some food type thing. And I thought about slam clicking because I definitely try to be careful when I'm working overseas that I'm getting enough rest so I can be rested on the way back. This is only my second time working a transoceanic flight, so it's just my idea of how I think I should do it. Because God forbid I'm like tired on the way back home. It's like this is one of our shorter transoceanic flights. It's only like 5, 6, 7 hours. It's no more, no less than that going either direction. Tomorrow's going to be the longer of the two flights because it takes longer to go the other way. What's that, like jet winds or something? Something about the way that the earth spins in the wind. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be any longer than like 6.5 hours of actual flight time. But I don't want to be tired. So I'm glad that I have more than 12 hours back in the room before I have to be headed out to the airport. That's always my goal. Like if I have 12 hours to just be in or around my bed, that's what I like. Not that I'm going to sleep for 12 hours, but it just is like my comfort zone. If I'm like out in the streets, out in public, gallivanting around like within that 12-hour window, that's not my favorite. Just something that makes me feel good. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I'm just still so disappointed in that meal. I'm disappointed in the meal. When I have a bad meal, sometimes I just want to order a whole different meal just to like erase that memory from my life and end on a good note. But you know what? I feel like I'm full and I'm tired enough to just not care. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end with that.